Annie, look, I don't know how much more I have to give you, okay? No means no. He don't want to marry you. You keep saying you don't think he loves you. You keep saying you don't think he's happy, but you're begging him to love you. I had to ask Steve, is it me? Is it me, Steve? Oh my God. Annie, are you okay? Do we need to sing the song again? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are gathered here today so that we can talk Love is Blind Season 9. We are still in Denver. Still in Denver, y'all. This is episode 10, Runaway Groom. It should have been Runaway Love. Y'all remember that Mary J. Blige song when she was like this close to Keke Palmer screaming, "Run away!" And it's like, okay, girl. She going. She got her bag packed. Before we get started, do me a favor. If you guys are brand new to the channel or a returning viewer, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video, hype the video if you have some hypes left for the week, and then leave your comments down below. Shout out to y'all because I have only had maybe 3 spoilers this entire season. I appreciate y'all. I do. I F's with y'all the long way for that because okay? So I've been looking at my analyticals, okay? Doing my due deals to find out what's going on with the channel. 47% of you that have been watching Love is Blind are not yet subscribed. So y'all do me a favor. Y'all know we are on the road to 50,000 subs. So if you have not already hit that subscribe button, come kick it with me, all right? So let's go ahead and get right into the episode. So we start off with Annie and Nick, and Annie had my nerves thin. Annie is wearing my nerves so thin, y'all. I want Nick to tag me in so I can cuss her out and wear her out one good time, and then she'll know something. See, Nick ain't putting no bass in his voice for her. Tell her, shut the fuck up. Let's talk about it though. So after the little meetup, remember they had the little boogie last week. They are, it was boring for one. Most boring meetup we've had. There was no drama. Not with any of the single people in the cup, but whatever. So they're back home. Annie and Nick are sitting up in the kitchen having a little late night snack, okay? And Annie is like, so what did you and Kate talk about? None yet. None yet. But he tells her, he was like, oh, just about the breakup. I apologized. She took it well, which she did. Like, they had a really good conversation. And she was just looking at him, just that hair was just moving. And Nick was like, do you think I'm holding back? And Annie was like, yes, because you don't love me as much as I want you to. I said, oh, bitch. Oh, look, Annie, I'm so sick of hearing this from you. I'm so sick of hearing it. One, because Nick has given you no indication, 0 indication that he don't fool with you like that. So I don't know where this is coming from. Is it the liquor? Can you not hold your liquor? Then you need to put the fucking bottle down, Annie. Drink you some water. Go get some milk. Because this is silly. I feel like every time you get a little juice in your system, you start saying this stupid shit, and it's annoying and it's childish. Because nobody wants to be around somebody that, 1, can't hold their liquor, and 2, can't control their emotions. You are an adult. Learn to regulate your fucking emotions, Annie. This is silly at this point. So Nick was like, I just wasted 5 hours of my life that I put on hold, on the back burner, to come to your dusty ass hair salon and do stuff for you. What are you talking about? So then she starts spiraling, talking about, I just want you to be happy with me. Annie, I want you to be happy without liquor. That's what I want. I want you to be happy without the liquor. Annie feels that she needs more confirmation. And she said that Nick has never been there for her. And I said, oh man. So, but then in the same breath, she says, I love ya. And you're amazing. And I want to know how you see me. He sees you as a drunk. Is what he sees you as. He sees you as a sloppy drunk that cannot hold their liquor, that cannot control their emotions. He sees you as a weirdo. He sees you as a hairdresser, a hair salon owner that doesn't do her own hair. That's what he sees you as, Annie. He sees you as an insecure woman that as soon as she get a little Jack Daniels in her system, a little mojito, a little martini, you just completely lose your fucking mind. That's how he sees you as. And I wish Nick would have told her, I see you as a woman that cannot regulate her emotions when she has had a drink or two. Because Annie only does this bullshit after they have left a party of some sort. Because she always looked drunk. It's in the eyes. Nick was like, I just want to eat my chalupa. I said, I know that's right. Let me eat in peace. Take your ass to bed, Annie. Go to bed. Oh my God. So then we get to Allie and Anton. They back at the house, and she was like, can you get me a drink? Anton said, sure, we can go ahead and knock the last one off. I said, the last one? Now, look, time out. Y'all were in my comments, and a couple of you guys were saying that you are on Allie's side and you believe that Anton has a drinking problem. Now, maybe it's because I am from Wisconsin, but in this scene, I personally just need more context, right? And I'm not saying that it's right, but Wisconsin has heavy, heavy drinkers. It's nothing to be proud of, but we are I think we're the drunkest state. Milwaukee is like the drunkest city in the world. So the way that the stuff he was saying in this scene, to me, is not an issue in the grand scheme of things. But, however, don't attack me yet. Keep listening. Don't leave your comment yet. Keep listening. I do think that if Allie has a problem, she needs to be more straight up with it. Okay? So, Anton starts lying about how many beers he drank. Now, that's the issue. You grown man. If you have 5 beers, be man enough to admit I had 5 beers, okay? He then goes on to say that him and Patrick had some beers. So Allie is like, Patrick was in the house? And I'm like, girl, like, is it a big deal if he had somebody over to the house? Or was just this something that you wanted to do to add some fuel to the fire so that you can, I guess, work up the nerve to being mad about the drinking? Because the way that she was like, Patrick was here, I didn't think it was a big deal, but that's not my house, okay? So she said that it's concerning that he didn't tell her that Patrick was over. Anton starts backpedaling and was like, well, no, I mean, me and Patrick had a couple. So was he in the house or not? No, he wasn't in the house. No, he was downstairs because we went out, but I took a beer down to him and I had a beer. Okay, so where the rest of the beers at? Where's the rest of the beers? And this is what irritated me about Anton. Not concerned me, but irritated me. Because just tell her I drank them. That's all you got to say, right? So Anton does not see this as an issue, okay? So then Ellie said, what's a typical week for you? What do you do? Anton said, well, shoot, I come home, maybe 1 or 2 nights out of the week. I have a couple drinks and I watch a movie. Allie said that is concerning for her. Now, instead of her being straight up and saying, I think you drink too much for my understanding, you drink too much for my comfortability, right? That would be the time for Ellie to say something, but she doesn't. She's passive aggressive about it. And I feel like if you feel that Anton has a drinking issue, right? Tell him what he's done to make you feel that way. Because it can't just be drinking. You know what I mean? Is it the fact that you just don't like is it that you don't like the fact that he drinks at all? Is it the fact that when he drinks, he does something, is he belligerent? Is he aggressive? Does he say crazy things? Does he say inappropriate things? You know what I mean? Does he, like that's the time to say it, but you can't just keep saying that's concerning for me. Like, come out and say what the issue is, right? Because she's not saying it. It's coming down to she just don't want him to drink. And if that's the case, fine. If you don't want to date somebody that drinks, then just say that though. You know what I mean? Which is why I feel like drinking habits have to be aligned in a relationship. You know what I mean? I'm a social drinker. When I go out, if I go out to a bar or to hear music or something, I'll have a drink. Do I sit at home every night when I get off work and drink? No. This is iced tea. This is not even wine. It's not liquor, it's iced tea. So for me, if my boyfriend is here and he comes in and he pours a glass of Hennessy or a glass of straight liquor, I'm gonna be like, oh, we drinking tonight? Okay. Like I feel like you have to be more vocal about it. And Allie wasn't in you have to be direct, is what I'm trying to get at. And she wasn't. So Anton, we find out, drank all the beers and all the tequila. So now, again, this is the moment for Allie to say, you drink too much for me. I don't like the fact that you drink. So he's asking her, like, what do you want me to do? She said, oh no, asks her, tell me what you want me to do. Her response is no. I shouldn't have to, but you do though. But you do, because Anton has dated a woman before at some point that didn't mind his drinking. Or maybe he's never had anybody tell him, Anton, I think you drink too much. But you can't sit up here and be passive aggressive about the fact that I don't like the fact that he drinks. Tell him. Don't tell us. Don't tell us in the confessionals. Tell him. So she says that he's a grown man and she shouldn't have to. Yeah, he's grown, meaning he can drink if he wants to, right? So Anton said, I drink, you drink. What's the deal? Again, this is the point for you to say, I think you drink too much. You drink more than I appreciate. She doesn't do that though. Because are you mad that he drank the tequila in general, or are you mad he drank the tequila and now you can't have yourself a drink? You know, like I feel like there's layers to the conversation. And I've seen people say on Twitter, he's an alcoholic and he does this and he does that. If she feels that way, right, she needs to tell him. Tell him. So he then goes into this thing saying that he knew that he wanted to marry her and he knew that he was going to accept her for all that she is. And he feels that if she feels that he is not the right guy for her, he respects it, but he is there looking for a marriage. Again, another opportunity, another opening for Allie to be vocal about what her concerns are. Allie is passive aggressive. She's very, very passive aggressive. And she gets defensive because when Anton told her, so is it typical for you to not clean up after yourself and to not do this and not do that? Yeah, it is. Okay, so then if you're going to be a nasty ass bitch around the house, he can have a beer. Again, maybe because I'm in Wisconsin and I just feel like everybody's drunk here. I just feel like everybody's drunk here, or it's not, to me, it's not atypical for people to have a drink during the week, but it's also because I drink as well. And Ellie drinks. So I guess like she's not telling us why it's an issue. Is it an issue because old boy's girlfriend told you that they party? Is that when it became an issue? Because she's not telling us. She's not telling us, okay? So Glitter and Jordan. Glitter goes to meet Jordan's parents, who are very sweet people. And Jordan is telling his parents that he is thinking of getting his vasectomy reversed so they can have another grandchild. So Glitter is asking his parents what are their keys to a successful marriage. And his mother says that don't give up and don't quit. And I think the father said, oh God, I forgot. It's 90%, no, it's 10% love, 90% commitment. Um, and Glitter was saying that it would actually take something catastrophic for them to not get married. So she then asks his parents for like their blessing on their marriage, which I thought was very nice of Glitter. I said, look at you, Glitter. Look at you. I've always liked Glitter. I think out of all the women, on the show, outside of that childish ass nickname Sparkle Megan, Glitter does seem like she is the most ready to get married. If I had to pick any couple that were actually going to make it to the altar and say yes, it would be Glitter and Jordan, okay? So we then get to KB and Edmund. So KB and Edmund. So they're sitting in the room. He's on the computer, looking at something, and she's sitting over to the side staring at him. KB wants to know why she always has to be the one to bring up the elephant in the room. And Edmund said, I tried to talk to you last night and you didn't want to. Okay. So KB is like, so what happened last night? Edmund said, look, we were all talking. Annie said that Nick is perfect. I mean, Annie weird though, so take that with a grain of salt. But Annie said that Nick is perfect, okay? I started joking that it must be nice to be perfect. You weren't joking, Edmund. Let's be very clear about that. You meant that shit. You meant that shit. You want KB to tell you you're perfect, okay? You meant it. You were not joking. So, KB feels that Edmund always tells the story in the middle. All right. She goes to the beginning. Apparently, they were getting ready for this little rodeo, and she was out running some errands. Had to get her hair done, had to get her nails done, had to get her makeup done. She's had to do a bunch of stuff. Okay, she wanted him to run on down to the Ross, run on down to the TJ Maxx, get them some cowboy hats and some bandanas, some little stuff so they can be in the rodeo western theme. Edmund told her no because he had to cut his hair and he didn't want to be late. So KB feels that because she was running late, she wanted Edmund to just help her out and to like do something for her. So she said that she is looking for a husband to help her take the load off. I would be let me finish. So she came home and she told him that her feelings were hurt because she only had 30 minutes to do her hair, her makeup, and get ready. And Edmund said, well, my feelings are hurt. And he kept asking her if she liked his shirt, if she liked his haircut. I said, Edmund, childish. Childish, right? So KB is saying that, look, I'm holding your hand as we walked in. We're laughing, we're joking in the car. We had squashed it, we moved forward. But you ask, or you making this statement about how I don't say anything nice to you in front of everybody, had everybody looking at me because Annie's mouth dropped open. Annie's weird. Why don't use Annie as your litmus test? Fuck Annie. She weird. No, don't care about Annie, right? So KB felt like she was being made to look like the bad person in the relationship, okay? I'm going to say this. I think a lot of the issues between KB and Edmund come down to tone, right? I can imagine, and I could be wrong, right? But I can imagine that when KB called Edmund, she said, Edmund, go to the store go to the store and get us some stuff so that we can have a western theme. Get this, get that, get that, get this, get that. I can see Edmund being like, no, I have to get my hair cut still. I have to cut, maybe he cuts his own hair. I have to cut my hair. I can see it being a back and forth. And a lot of it is because, from what I can see, just my personal opinion, you are free to disagree. KB talks to Edmund like he is her child, like he is one of her cases. You know what I mean? She doesn't talk to him as an equal. She doesn't talk to him as her partner. She talks to him like he is beneath her. And I don't know if it's her way of asserting dominance or if it's her way of just trying to protect her heart, but a lot of times it comes down to tone with her. Like last episode, she started the argument with him, right? So Edmund apologizes for walking away and not staying and letting her vent and get everything out that she wanted to get out at the party. He tells her that he was overwhelmed in that moment, and instead of her being like, "Okay, what was overwhelming for you?" she wants him to specifically apologize for saying that she hadn't said anything nice to him all day. And I'd have been like, "No. No, because I apologized to you already. I have never appreciated when you apologize to somebody and it's not good enough for them. And I feel like I don't, it's something about the way that KB talks to Edmund. And yes, we've all said that Edmund is immature and Edmund does this and Edmund does that. He does a lot, right? But it is something in the way that KB talks to him. Because even in this moment, her, instead of her being like, okay, thank you for apologizing for that. It was like, no, I want you to apologize specifically for saying that I hadn't said anything nice to you all day. If you have, did you? Because it's giving guilty, KB. It's giving guilty. So Edmund reluctantly apologized. And I just kind of feel like, do you want an apology that wasn't even really from somebody's own? Like you made him apologize and basically told him exactly what to apologize for. He didn't mean it. He didn't mean it. It's like telling a child, say you're sorry for telling your teacher that you were going to do your homework and you didn't. That's what it's given. So you say, sorry, Mr. Johnson, I didn't do my homework. That's what this is giving. So Edmund said that he really apologizes and he really does love her, but he feels like she only talks about what he's doing wrong. And I believe that. I 1000% believe that. I've cause just on the conversations that we've seen with the two of them, and yes, it could be editing, but we don't see her complimenting him on anything. A lot of it is what she wants him to do, what she expects. So he tells her that he needs her to like, you can backhand me, but tell me sometimes I'm doing good. That's all it is. But see, Edmund has expressed that to her before. We have heard him say that. We've heard him say this. Edmund feels like she is forgetting why she fell in love with him in the first place. Because he's still locked in with her. He still loves her. He still wants to marry her. He still wants to have kids with her. So KB says that she is still there because she loves him and she sees the potential, but potential has broken her heart before. I think, KB, you see people, because of your line of work, you see people as projects. And you see the potential in these projects. And you try to build up these projects, and when they don't pan out the way that you want, then your feelings are hurt because you put in so much work, right? He tells her that he will do better, and she said that she will try to be more open to his perspective. They're not gonna make it. They're not gonna make it. Madison and Joe. So he is meeting her family at dinner, and Joe is clearly nervous. Madison is nervous that he's nervous. Ball of anxiety between the both of them. So Joe said that he was in a relationship for 5 years and he was miserable. He had the wedding invitations in hand, signed, sealed, stamped. And he went as far as to have a date and all this stuff and didn't go through with the wedding. Now, to me, I think that's a bit of a red flag. Did you know he was that far? Because it's one thing to say, yeah, we were engaged. It's another for y'all to have had a date and for y'all to have saved the dates. And that means you got a venue and all that other type of stuff, right? So Madison's mother is saying that, Madison might lose her eyesight in 4 years or 40 years. And I want somebody that's going to be there for her. And it's crazy. It's crazy how Joe said, I will be. Joe, when Madison told you she couldn't see when y'all were in Baja, you almost let her fall in the pool. The pool. So I mean, okay. So Madison's mother, or was it her aunt, somebody was saying that they don't want to see either one of them blindside the other. I think Madison shouldn't be blindsided, but I think Joe is going to be the one to walk away. Okay. So we get to Allie and Anton, and Anton's mom comes over to the apartment, and his mom is saying that Anton is ready to take care of a family, like she's proud of him. Anton said the men in this country make all these promises and don't follow through with them. I said the shade. I mean, facts, but shade, okay? So Allie talks about how her and Anton are both very aligned on how they want to raise their children. They don't believe in having children and having other people raise them, as in like daycares, whatever the case. So Allie then admits that she is not very responsible. And Anton is like, I like that you're able to admit your faults and I'm able to pick up your slack. And she was like, for now. I, I told y'all Allie was going to be a problem. Somebody in my comments said I'm jealous of her. It was a little faceless account, but Ah. So Allie made some little croissant sandwiches. They looked decent. I mean, I don't want to say basic, but they just seemed like regular croissant sandwiches. And the way Anton was fucking up that croissant, I was like, he had food all on the side of his mouth. He was eating like this. I was like, damn, you hungry? But after the meeting with his mom, who was very sweet, Allie feels more optimistic about their relationship. Nick and Annie. Now, we haven't done this in a while, but Nick and Annie. Okay. Okay. So Nick and Annie are sitting here talking, right? And as the conversation went on, I kept squinting and squinting and squinting because I was like, is it me? But nothing was making sense, right? Because I said maybe I need to clean my glasses. But Annie and Nick are sitting on the couch. I had a lot to drink the other night. I had a lot to drink. And I just kind of said whatever, was in my head. My intrusive thoughts won. Yeah, we talked about this. And we talked about you putting words in my mouth. I know. I just need patience and grace with you. And I need you to have patience and grace with me when I'm having a meltdown. That was my breaking point. And the idea of getting to the altar, not a happy idea for me. I still want to get married. Just please try. No. That's not something I want to do. No. I don't want to hear no. I don't want to hear no, and I don't want to hear yes. I just want to hear that you're going to try. What do you mean you don't want to hear no or yes, Annie? No or yes? Which one do you want to hear? I don't want to hear either one, okay? So this one shit got fuzzy for me, right? So Annie said, I just want you to be happy. Let yourself be happy. He'll be happy without you. Let yourself be happy. I know that I know that I'll be a great wife and a great mom. I'm saying no. No. I want you to try. I want you to try, and I want you to try to love me because it's amazing. It's amazing to love me. Isn't it amazing to love me? I said, oh my God, like this was tripping me out. This was tripping me out. So Nick was like, how long you want to drag this out? Because baby, 1 + 1 is never going to be 3. I said, get into it, Nick. Get into it, Nick. Let her know. So then Annie and her hair, they start crying. My love for you is real. It's real. I am sick and tired. Sick and tired of you telling me that I don't love you. I'm tired of it. How can your love for me be so deep but feel so shallow? I said that was a word though. Like, think about that. Let me come back for y'all. Think about that. How can your love for me be so deep but it's shallow. Think about it though. Annie's never saying why she loves Nick, what she loves about Nick, what Nick is doing for her to feel this deep of a love. You just want to be fucking married, Annie. You're gonna learn today, okay? You're gonna learn today, heifer. So Nick said, look, I'm not gonna talk to you through your phone, because she picked up her phone and she started texting somebody. Nick said I hollered. Yeah, I hollered. Oh, that shit was so funny to me. So Nick said, look, the arguments that we have fucked me up. We've messed this thing up, okay? And he said, I want you to be clear, okay? Be clear about what you want, ma'am. He has been more than clear, okay? More than clear. Nick said, I won't marry you because I'm unhappy. I said, damn. Is that clear enough for you? Oh my God. So then Annie was like, you will regret this. You'll regret this. Okay? Well, go pack then. Go pack. I have molded my life around you. I said, baby, go home. Go home, Annie. Go lay on the couch, get you some sleep, talk to the lady. Shout out to Roxy Says, go talk to the lady and get yourself together, because this, this is not okay. And scene. But this is not okay. Like Annie, here, this is what I don't understand about Annie, right? You keep telling Nick that you don't think he loves you. You keep saying that you don't think he does, but you want to marry him. Like, is it me? Is it me? But it don't make sense. It don't make sense, friend. It don't make sense. And I feel like, Annie, you were the same one, if I recall, that said that you were worried about ruining this and not getting to the altar. Congratulations. Okay. Congratulations, my good sis. So Edmund and KB, they're filling out their marriage license. He read birth country as county. It happens. It happens. Not even gonna hold you. I used to work in licensing and registration department, and the amount of people that will put United States for county, insane. Like, it happens, okay? So we then get to the dress and tuck shopping, and y'all know I don't ever really care about these scenes, because there's a bunch of stuff that we have heard them say before, and it's the same stuff that's going to be repeated when they are getting dressed. So the girls are talking, and they're talking about how Annie's not there. And then Allie said that everything that Nick said and did just felt premeditated. I said, damn, okay. Glitter, of course, starts talking about that baby and how he has diabetes. I said, take a shot every time she says diabetes. I'll start. Why are you talking about that? Talking about some, I'm the best one to be a mother for him, a stepmother for him, because my dad, I said, baby, may your dad rest in peace. Okay. May he rest in peace. Howsoever, stop. Stop trying to mirror your father's ailment to this child's ailment. It's not fair to that little boy. It's not. You don't even realize it, and you were like whooshing. You are whooshing death. I don't know why I did that, but you are. It's like the power of the tongue. Like, quit talking about death in regards to this little boy. Stop it, Glitter. I gave you a kudos earlier. Do not make me take it away. And then I wrote down that mirror was filthy. Y'all got these ladies trying on these beautiful dresses, and the mirror is filthy. Bridal shop, do your job. That's unacceptable. Because if I was there, I'd have been like, y'all mirror show is dirty. I'd have said something. And God forbid Mama Talks had been there, because she'd have really said something. So then over on the men's side, Edmund was trying on his tux with no shirt but a vest. I said, nigga, please. So then he puts on a shirt, and I said, thank God, please. And then we see Luca. Not Luca, child, Joe. We see Joe. Joe is stressed. Joe don't want to try on none of the suits. He don't like none of the colors. He finally tries on the blazer and was like, I guess this is okay. His friends are asking him, are you ready? Are you ready? He's like, just shut the fuck up. I said, okay. I read somewhere that Joe said that he was dealing with really, really bad anxiety during the show. So okay. He couldn't tie a tie. The lady at the tuck shop kept offering, he didn't want to. And then next thing you know, Joe was walking out and got his ass in his car. I said, oh. Oh, and then Netflix is shady because they played man-child during the scene. But let me know what you guys thought about episode 10 of Love is Blind, Denver season 9. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, hype the video, leave a comment, share with a friend, tell a cousin, all that good stuff. And I will be back for episode 11. Peace.